Welcome to Post Game on the Tunnel. Yes, I know this is Masvita Mara area of CascadiaSports.net, Brandon Brown of Eli Sports. Now we did promise. We said we're going to be on the pitch, but there's a little hiccup. Not us. Security isn't coming. Don't get it twisted. It's all good. It'll be in 2 weeks. So, the COVID restrictions and all that is going on. So, they're just trying to get it all ready. So, we promise. Actually, that's not promise.
Yeah, I was just saying.
No promises. All right. So, here we are with takes from the tunnel. We'll call them.
Works.
It works for us. All right, Brandon, 2-0.
Yep.
Sounders win. What did you see? They beat Houston Dynamo.
Yep. Yeah, it was a physical match, and it took Seattle a little bit of time to really get the flow. Yes, they had good chances in the first half, but really the second half is where they showed out. Kellen Rowe, which we'll talk about, picks up his first goal with the Rave Green. Good for a hometown kid, and then Rui Diaz continues to chase that golden boot. So really impressive from that end, and a clean sheet, always a positive.
I could break all three of those down, but let me start with the funny. On the clean sheet, I talked with Brad Evans, the homie, and is Stefan Cleveland making too many mistakes because he had another one where he, we talked about this last time.
Yeah. Well, before the match, I don't want to put you on the blast. You say Cleveland's the future, man. He has everything, and I think that's a really good prediction. I think Cleveland can be that, but yeah, right here behind us, he came out, ball way out of the box. Second time he's done that. This time he missed the header. Luckily, I believe it was Madronda dropped back in time and really covered the open net by himself and was able to clear that one away. Those mental lapses, what you don't see from Fry, but Cleveland, just give him some time. It hasn't bit us, too badly yet, but it's something to monitor, and I'm sure Smetzer and the rest of the goalkeeping coaches will really talk to him about that.
All right, but it's getting to be a theme as we raise our voices because we are live downtown. So the background, which is all nat sound, this is all natural.
You got the Mariners going on too.
Oh, that's right, the big bad Yankees. That's another story. But in terms of Cleveland, the decision here, it's a learning thing again in terms of the box that we talked about. What scared me this one, and yes, I'm on record, you put me on blast, but I'll still stand by. I think he will be the best goalkeeper the Sounders have ever had. I know. Casey Keller. I know. Stefan Fry. I know. But I'm just putting that out there. It's always be bold, be creative. But he missed it, and I thought that Brandon, he did he tried to head the ball, and that's what was, I guess he didn't try to kick it and cause a penalty.
Yeah.
So, okay, a rush of blood to the head.
Well, it almost looked like one of those eyes closed moments too, where he just kind of torpedoed at the ball and kind of led with his head and tried to clear it, and he missed completely. So it will be something to monitor when he has to come that far off his line. He really has had a couple mental lapses.
That judgment. All right, positive. You talked about Kellen Rowe getting his first goal. What is happening in the midfield?
Well, it's patchwork right now, and Chet's just talked about it. You have Christian with Team USA right now. You have, Nico Ladero still on ice. So it's been really a fluid situation there in the midfield. JP's been really consistent there. But Rowe, he's been good. He's been really good. When he was a pickup from New England last year, he spent most of his career with New England. The Federal Way native has played really well this season, but it would be easy to say this is probably his best match with the goal. So it's been fluid. There's been talks about, Alex, how big he's been, kind of stepping up as well. But the midfield, where it seemed like it might be a weakness due to the injuries and, international call-ups and things like that, it's really not been a strength, but it's been solid enough to really get them to this unbeaten streak.
I think they hit the perfect storm. So, he had Madranda, Sao Paulo, Danny Leyva, Kellen Rowe, and Alex Rodin. So, I think everybody was getting heavy-legged. Getting into this stretch. So that's well done to Smetzer and how they're playing defense and being compact, because Alex talked about that.
Yep.
Kellen Rowe as well, right? They're compact on defense, and Sounders are in the midfield, and then those guys we just talked about, they come in, so now you're compact, and they dare you to try to beat them. The Sounders do. You got the three big guys we talked about in the back, and so it's tough to beat the Sounders. And now when they clip both goals, and you can break these down, but both goals, one was when Montero, and then he hit Alex Rodin, boom, with the switch, and then the other one also went to
Brad Smith.
who switched it to Diaz. So when they play wide, this is how they should play.
Yeah, 100%. This is how they should play. You see the product that happens when they play like this, as you talked about, those switches, and then getting outside. Roldan's been Alex, I have to say. Alex Roldan's been really good at those crosses, so hitting him outside. We talked about in the box as well about, can he move up a position even? But I think really going off the conversation you were having, it's really, really playing well at that right back position.
And so positive, yes, when they get out to the wing, as Smetzer said in the post-game conference via Zoom, he did say that this week they worked with getting the wing backs out there and getting the crosses. So when they do that, that's fine. I'm 50-50 given our discussion with the midfield, because they were playing a team that didn't really pressure them.
True.
And when the games they've struggled, they're undefeated.
Yeah.
But what they've had, where they tied or not, teams were able to switch the ball back and forth. Sounders, is it fair to say they're a possession-based team?
Yes, but we've also won matches with losing the possession as well. So I always think it's a positive when you have possession. I think you can win without it, but I think it's a positive when you do. So if that's really what they strive for, then it's always a positive. You get better looks at goal too. They easily could have gone into halftime with the lead. They had so many good shots. Merrick in goal, I believe that's their keeper. Made some big saves, or else it could have been 2-0 going into the break. So I think possession helps. I think they won first half possession 53%. So possession helps, and I think the Sounders like to have it, but I don't think they necessarily need it in order to win.
Yeah, great point. I guess what I'm saying is that when they're not at full, when they don't have their full squad,
I see what you mean.
They need possession.
Correct.
But when they have their full squad, they are we talked about this, a counter-attacking team. That Lake Show, and they get the ball out, and down there they go. Okay, so 100%. The Sounders, congratulations to Brian Smetzer and the whole organization for. I know you usually congratulate, But in this one, you've got a check box. They are now, what's the record they now have?
13 unbeaten to start the season. So
they now have the best start in MLS history. They're undefeated. Much as we hee-haw.
Not much to nitpick.
Not much to nitpick. All right, so they're off for a couple of weeks, and then they come back to play.
Huge. Sporting Kansas City, who's currently, they just regained first place in the West on them. I believe even on matches played now, Seattle Sounders a little bit of an edge, I believe, by 2 points.
That's right.
So, it's going to be, I might actually be 3 points now, I think about it. So it's going to be a big matchup in the West. Back here, full capacity crowd. I would expect it to be loud. It's going to be one that really tests too, because see who's going to be on duty, who's going to be here active for this team. Sporting Kansas City is going to come in with a lot to prove. All the noise has been with the Sounders so far in the West, so Sporting Kansas City definitely with a chip on their shoulder are going to come in. They're going to be a tough competitor.
All right. Brandon Brown of Eli Sports, Masvita Murray of CascadiaSports.net. We're looking forward to being post-game on the pitch. But for now, we'll take, I think it was Jackson Felster called it, these are takes from the tunnel. All right, so the Sounders win. Thanks again for doing this. Thank you all for listening. We'll be back for Takes from the Tunnel.